Hello everyone. You caught me enjoying my drum roll, please. Brand new video space. I know I always used to film myself in that deep, dark, cold, empty, lonely space. But I felt like now was time for a change, and I decided to relocate into something more me. Also, big, huge thank you to Raegman for making this new background. And please check his content out. He's a great artist, a great friend. Go check his art out, it's amazing. But anyway, you're not here for a room tour. You're here for Q&A 18. After a crazy and hectic holiday, I can finally sit down. I've got 28 questions here, so without further ado, let's get to answering. From Snowstorm the Snow Warrior. Have you watched the French-Canadian show Bali? No, I've never even heard of it. Looks really cute though, I'll say. From Matt Plays GD2538. What is your thoughts on the Polar Express? Oh gosh, I haven't seen that movie in forever. Which I guess goes to show that it wasn't one of my Christmas favorites growing up. I remember the CG look and the really weird characters. I might have watched it a couple times and... It's not negative nor positive, it's just I don't remember. From Toonphibia2675. What are you going to get for Christmas this year? Ooh, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna get for Christmas this year. I usually like it when my family surprises me, even if I do get, like, clothes or candy or something like that, but I just like to leave it at that. Sometimes. From Tommy Soden the Second 73. What is your favorite Christmas music on Warm 103.3 FM? I'm sorry, I don't get that radio station where I'm from. So yeah, I can't really answer that. I'm sorry. From Jace3612. Have you seen Ren and Stimpy and Ren and Stimpy's adult is it me or did it suddenly just get cold in here? Anyway, with Ren and Stimpy, that was one of my favorite childhood shows. Like, I know it's very raunchy and disgusting, but I don't know why I loved it. I guess it was one of the couple of shows like Invader Zim and SpongeBob where my kind of liking for just random absurd humor kind of stemmed from Ren and Stimpy, like the bizarre facial features, the like weird pauses between dialogue. Like I love all of that. I mean, I did a report on this show for one of my courses this year and I forgot how good this show could be. And APC, we do not speak of ever. I've never seen it, and I never will. I'd like to keep my sanity. From Edward Ryan 2476. What do you think is the most emotional episode of Bluey? I would say check out my most viewed video ever, but since it's starting to get more and more dated, I've really been thinking about making kind of an updated most emotional episodes of Bluey, so I may just have to pull through with it. We'll see. From Ashen Boys. Have you ever heard of these three things? Kif, Daddish, the odd one out? Yes, no, yes. From Bubsamo Dragon. Do you know what your favorite Martian is? Does Marvin count? From Minto544. What do you think of Aardman animation? Oh, I love Aardman. Going back to my childhood, I would watch Wallace and Gromit all of the time. And I love Shaun the Sheep. I love Chicken Run. I love all those movies. I even got to see the sequel really early, and I thought it was pretty good. Maybe just behind the first one, but really, really close. Like, I recommend it. If you like the first one, I think you're gonna really like the sequel. From Penguin in 4K. What are your thoughts on the Digital Circus? You mean the amazing Digital Circus? Anyway, I love that pilot. I'm a big fan of Glitch. I liked Meta Runner. I like Murder Drones. I'm surprised that it blew up this much. I think this is without a doubt the most viewed animated indie pilot ever. And well deserving. I thought it was really good. I love the weird humor behind it. I love the characters. I love how unique they all are. I love Amazing Digital Circus, and I can't wait to see what more will come of this show. Because we know it's happening. From Action General. Have you ever been to Australia before the Bluey premiere? I've actually never been to Australia, but because of Bluey, I now want to. So, maybe one day I'll travel to Australia. If only I was... richer. From Angry Geo 3439. Are you excited for the 28-minute Bluey episode next year? Hell yeah! I'm so excited for the sign. And with the very few screenshots they're giving us, gosh, my brain is running overtime. Did someone pass away? Are they gonna move? Trying to connect the sign to something. It's I can't handle it. They need to drop it now. I want to see it so bad. From Ricky the Plush Gamer. What's your opinion on Smash Bros. Loud by Chincherinus? I hope I pronounced that right, but once again, I've never heard of this before. Looks like it's a weird Smash Brothers mod with a lot of random characters. I mean, how have I never heard of this before? From Caspi Cat. Who's your favorite non-villager Animal Crossing character? Oh, that one's easy. Definitely Rover. Maybe because City Folk was technically my first Animal Crossing game, and the way he introduced you to the town is such a cute design. He has a cute little voice, and I was happy but also sad when he came to New Horizons because he was only there for a very small bit and then left. I'm no, come back! Yeah, I'd have to go with Rover. From 3up Mooney. What do you think of Number Lore? Ooh, the long-awaited Alphabet Lore sequel. Just like Alphabet Lore, I like it. I like how fun it is. Well, I'm glad they are taking their time with it and making these episodes bigger. It still kind of sucks that we have to wait so long for new episodes. Gosh, this started months ago and we're only 3 episodes in, but I'm glad that it's going at this rate. I think it's been very, very solid. So I can't wait for future installments to come out. From Cartoon Lover Productions 8135. You a fan of Wes Anderson? And if so, what's his best movie in your opinion? Yes, I am a fan of Wes Anderson, but I sadly haven't seen that very many movies. I've seen more of his recent films, but if I had to pick a favorite film right now, I kind of flip-flop between Moonrise Kingdom and Isle of Dogs. But like I said, I need to get into some of his older stuff, because I hear his older stuff is much better. I'll need to work on my Wes Anderson knowledge. From Roman the Smart Boy 56. What is your opinion on the Bluey ripoff? Now I know you're talking about Chilla, most likely. And to tell you the truth, I've never watched it. I might have seen a clip or two on Twitter, but I've never sat down and watched it as itself. I feel like I can't really make a judgment call on it, but from what I hear, it's either terrible or just eh. I don't feel like it's gonna be worth my time, so I guess I'm gonna just keep away from it, because I don't think I'm gonna gain anything positive from watching it. From Christina Murray 6546. What are your 3 favorite Beatles songs? You couldn't have picked 25, or 30, or 50, or 100. It had to be 3. Let me get my music brain working. Alright, I've given it some thought. If I had to pick three, they would have to be In My Life, Something, and I Am the Walrus. In My Life, I would say is my favorite of the three. It's so beautiful. I love the lyrics. It's easily one of my favorite songs ever made. Something, very similar. It's a very, very beautiful song, and it's definitely hard to pick a favorite song off an album like Abbey Road, because any pick are totally understandable for being your favorites, but there's just something about Something that just really sticks with me. And then I Am the Walrus, I remember being one of my favorites as a kid. I loved how weird it is. It's so trippy and bizarre, the lyrics are weird, it's so catchy, and a very, very hard choice because there's so many Beatles songs that I love, but I feel confident in these top three kind of remaining to be my top three till the end of my days. From H2O signed Scorpio 14. What's your favorite drink? This one's easy. Diet Pepsi. I don't know why, but Diet Pepsi's just always remained my favorite soda, and I know there's no sugar, and I know some say diet soda's really bad for you, but when has a soda ever been good for anyone? But anyway, there's something about it that's just so delicious. Diet Pepsi has remained undefeated for years for me. From Fairly Odd Engine Creations. If you've watched Thomas and Friends, what are your thoughts on it? Kinda like a Polar Express situation. If I have watched this show, it has been a very long time. I don't ever remember Thomas being one of my childhood favorites. I know it's got his charm, even though I think some of the faces are kind of terrifying, but I have no thoughts on it because I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. From The Furio, your thoughts on the movie Balto? God, what is it with people recommending things that I haven't seen in eons? But I think I remember Balto the most of the three. Like, I know it's, like, based on a true story. It looks nice. It's a nice looking animated film. I know a lot of people talk about how freaky the villain is. But again, I don't remember much about it. So again, it's like, I guess it never really stuck with me, but I don't remember hating it at all. So that's good at least. From Sebastian Engelsman 7255. Have you watched Wolfwalkers? Oh my god, I want to see this movie so bad. I just want to see the Cartoon Saloon movies. I've only seen The Breadwinner, and I liked it. But I mean, you've got Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea. I've been wanting to watch those movies because they get nothing but praise, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And anyway, I'm getting off track here, but to answer your question, no, I haven't, but I really want to see it. From Bingo from Bluey Fan. What are your thoughts on SpongeBob SquarePants and the show going on 25 years? SpongeBob is one of the best shows ever made. I remember watching it endlessly. I can just quote it randomly in any situation and just find it funny. Though I am impressed that it has, in a ways, held up over the years. Like, I know the late 2000s, early 2010s was a very bad time for SpongeBob, but after seeing it go through a resurgence, I'm very impressed with how long it's lasted. I'm surprised that the new show, I'll just say, has been given like this kind of instant cult following of people that are like, it's getting good again, you should check it out. So, kind of like, South Park and all that. It's like, it's surprising how they've been able to stay this long and still be relevant. Yeah, I love old SpongeBob, and I'm impressed with how long it's lasted. From Ragman, what is the best song you've listened so far this year? Now, I've listened to a lot of songs this year, of albums that came out this year, but if I had to pick one, I'd have to go with Nothing Is As Good As They Say It Is by Sparks.
Nothing is as good as they say it is. That's
I know I'm obsessed with Sparks, I love that band, and their new album is no exception. I don't know if this song is my favorite off the album, but it's probably the one that I would recommend the most. It's so catchy, the lyrics are hysterical, it's pure Sparks. And of course, getting to hear this song live at the Hollywood Bowl has been one of my favorite shows of the year. It was so awesome to see them at such an iconic venue, but anyway, if I had to pick one song this year, I would have to say that song. From Landon Riviera, 7040. Have you seen the Disney Channel show called The Owl House? Yes, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Of course, I get all these people praising it, discussing it on Twitter, but I've never seen a full episode of this show. But I've heard very good things about it. From Seb5520. If in the ending of a Bluey video game you have the option of choose one character to play the ending of the game, then who would you choose? Sorry, I've never played the Bluey game or Mortal Kombat 1, so I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I normally don't accept questions off Twitter, but since this person doesn't have a YouTube account, they really wanted to give me a question and could only do it through Twitter. And with it being the holiday season, I thought that I would make this one exception this time. From Rifty Parks. How would you rate the seasons of Agretzko? Ooh, I haven't talked about this show in so long. If I were to rank the seasons, I'd probably do it like this. Season 2. Yeah, it did introduce characters like Tadano and Anai, but it was just kind of this first season again. Not terrible, but not great either. Season 4. It is a good season, and I do like some of the darker elements they brought up with some of the characters, but I think the ending kind of kills it for me, because it just goes back to square one again, mostly. This could have been a really interesting thing, and that just always got to me in a way. I'll just throw in We Wish You a Metal Christmas here. It's just a simple Christmas special, nothing outstanding, but not terrible either. The final season. It's a good one, and it is that kind of satisfactory feeling of, okay, the story has ended, I can close the book, and it does have some really standout moments and good character development, even though the first half can be a little slow. Season 1. A great season, a great introduction to the show, and if it were a miniseries, I could see this being a good story. Sure, it would leave out some of the Haida relationship, but I do think it's just a solid season story-wise. And my favorite, Season 3. Oh my god, this season is so good. We finally get some real development with all the characters, like with Retzko and the Pop Trio, and like there's actual stakes, there's like a love triangle, it's everything you could want from a show like this. That would be my ranking, and I would recommend this show. This show is so good. Wow, I've never really geeked out this hard at Agretzko before. It's been so long since I've talked about this show. And finally, from Godzilla 1954 Forever, where do you want to take your channel in the future? Ooh, such a great question to end on, because to be honest, I don't know. I've been making content for almost a decade, and I've really changed throughout the years. I've gone from gaming to reviews to top lists. This channel's been all over the place, but like I said during a Bluey interview, the channel kind of encapsulates me, what I like talking about, what I like making, and I guess that explains the randomness of content. Like, I'll go from talking about an internet fan series to talking about the Beatles, or talking about South Park to a bunch of big budgeted movies that I've only seen once and then never again. Like, it's so bizarre, but if I was thinking about where to take this channel, I guess the channel just goes wherever I go. If there's something I'm obsessed with or want to talk about, then I just make a video on it. You've seen me change so much throughout the years, and I feel like you're going to see me change a lot more. 'Cause I started this channel when I was in 6th grade, I'm now in college, and I'm going through a lot, so who knows, maybe you guys will hopefully stay along the ride with me, because I really appreciate all the people that have subscribed and have followed my content throughout the years. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not even to the anniversary yet, so we'll just see where the future takes me and this channel, because, again, I feel like this channel is just a big part of me. It is me, like, basically. So we'll just see where the future takes us. And those are the questions for Q&A 18. Once again, a lot of questions, but I feel like I got through them pretty quickly. Once again, I'm sorry if I'm rambling too much. I enjoy answering these questions and just letting my feelings come out through the questions. So thank you to all those who submitted a question. If you were too late, don't worry. I do Q&As all the time, so whenever I feel ready, I'll open taking up questions for Q&A 19, and you guys can give me a question for that whenever it's ready. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Also, feel free to comment down below your answers to any of the questions I've answered today. Consider subscribing for more Q&As, as well as other content, and Merry Christmas, everyone!